always stood for the underdog. If that makes me a bad person standing up for what I believe in, and I guess you got me dead to rights, I'm a bad man.
By and large, I think you're just playing the lottery ticket, and you're going to lose.
What if someone's...
Next question, do I have a coke habit or allergies? It's allergies. I apologize. That's why I keep muting out and
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You heard it here first. Bro, thank you for asking. So I had called out...
You're critical about stuff. I like this. I agree. I hate that stuff. I also think it's all fake. Like, because I've actually seen some of those deals happen, and then like 2 minutes later, they shake hands and they just take their stuff back.
Bro, it's for the camera. It's literally, yeah.
I also just think a lot of these guys who make content aren't in the real, like aren't really in the card world. Come on, guys, things are going way too low. Steals, there's deals to be had. Steals happening.
Get Elon on the horn! Oh my God.
You're killing it.
That's crazy. Good. That's crazy.
And so's number one, and that's exactly what I am, and that's exactly what I have been saying since I got here.
Good. Get ready to quit the job.
Hey, no. I'm going to give you a better, proper introduction in the video, but we got Gio on from Sports Card Nonsense. It keeps coming out that people steal cards on breaks, and I don't know if that happens less on Fanatics because it's a closed market. Like, anyone just can't go sell there, but is that the answer? Do you have any ideas of how more cameras on breakers? Like, how does that stop? Because it's not good for breaking. It's not good for you.
Yeah, agreed. No, I mean, so Fanatics Live right now, we're exclusive there. That's going to change in the next week or two, honestly. We'll be live on eBay as well going forward. Yeah, I mean, like, so it's different over there. There's a big vetting process. You have to have your business license. You have to have references to get in. You have actual interviews with people. There's accountability. They also hold your Stripe payments for a couple days. So there's a huge issue. At the end of the day, if they needed to, they could probably withhold payment.
And none of that goes down on Whatnot? Is it completely different on Whatnot or unsure?
I mean, you go on Whatnot right now as a 13-year-old in a basement hawking Pokemon cards. Like, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if he has a business license. It doesn't seem it. And then just
agree.
We have a ton of signed contracts. Like, I think legally, I'm not positive, but I would imagine legally, if there was an actual case of scamming, they could probably come after us because you have to sign a ton of paperwork to get over there. So the vetting makes a huge difference. And also, like, for me, you can't see, like, I have the face cam like you have here. I also have a card camera, which is the bottom half of the screen. There's a third camera feed that's just an overview, like an eagle eye camera that just goes directly to them. So it has the whole room covered at all times you're live. So that feed they have undoctored. They always have that. So if there's a discrepancy, hey, we're going to look at the third camera. You guys as the customers can't see it, but Fanatics has direct access to that.
Oh, wow. So. Okay, that leads me into a next question then. If someone's...
Next question, do I have a coke habit or allergies? It's allergies. I apologize. That's why I keep muting out and
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's brutal.
You heard it here first. You mentioned the extra cameras. Like, I want to go on both sides. So I want to say, like, what are easy signs for someone to say, hey, this is probably a legit or reliable breaker? Or what's a quick sign to be like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be spending my money in this break room?
I mean, just super simple things. If I go on and I see somebody's literally live on their counter in their kitchen, and there's no signage, no branding. There's one camera angle.
The camera one's the big one for me. Like, you're talking about 2 or 3 cameras. If you have one phone camera, that's a little, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a quick... Also, like, where's the product? Like, guys are always selling stuff by the case, but there's just loose boxes on the table. I thought it was a case. Like, the little stuff like that I look for. Or is product kept off camera that you're selling, and they bring it on after the fact.
So wait, that's something I wouldn't have thought of. So if there's camera, the product should already be on the camera.
Or in a sealed... Like, if I... Like...
In a case. Like, you can see the case.
If I'm ripping a case of Bowman, I'm like, hey, full case PYT. But then when you go live, there's just 12 loose boxes against my wall. How do I know those came from a case? Like, open the case on camera. They should always be able to see sealed product from a sealed case.
Is there anything else you'd say to, like, a good breaker besides cameras that you'd say, okay, is there anything noticeable you could think of that's easy to tell? Yeah, this is, maybe there's a reliable chat. I don't know. Yeah. I don't break, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, chat. Like, I mean, other thing too, like reputation. How did you just stumble upon this guy, like, in a random live somewhere? Like, have you seen him break anything? I'm not spending money with people I don't know. Like, if I have never seen you break, I don't know your reputation, I'm not giving you a dime. And then how is he selling? Come on, guys, things are going way too low. Steals, there's deals to be had. Steals happening. I'm good. Like, no, that's garbage.
Okay, so just moving to I don't brake, so I don't know. I know that braking blew up, and I just assume it's still on the rise. But just let's think 12 months ago. So compare your braking business and then maybe just the industry as a whole, just in the last 12 months. So from 2024 summer to now.
About the same. I think
Okay.
you're seeing it in more places, but it's still about as busy as now as it was then.
For
I mean,
you and as a whole.
I think so. Yeah. 2021 was a crazy spike, like absolutely wild. 2020, 2021, absolutely insane. It cooled off a little since then. It's been pretty consistent since.
I think I asked you this last time, but it's still good to talk about. Like, what percentage? What's your average customer length? Do you keep a customer 6 months, a year? At what? No one stays forever. It's out of curiosity.
Ours are different. I mean, I'm almost 40. We have a much older customer base than most people, especially on Whatnot and even on Fanatics Live. There's a lot more younger people going to other rooms. For us, I think our average customer age is 35 to 45, and a lot of these guys have been with me for years.
Oh, years.
Yeah, because again, like I'm not yelling about stuff. I'm not in there playing rap music. Like we're pretty low key. We like to, BS and be sarcastic, and I play Springsteen music. Like there's not a lot of 19-year-olds that are just popping in to buy once and leave. They hear the old man music and they just walk. So the old guys who like to come and hang out, they stay, and they usually hang around for a long time.
So you feel like your formula was to build more of a trusted base.
Absolutely, yeah. And plus, I never wanted to be live 7 nights a week. Some of these guys, hats off to them, but they're working 80 hours a week and they have 12 employees.
At the most, what was the most you've been on camera in a week,
Oh, I mean, we do, like, if it's a big release week, like a Bowman week back in the day, 40, 50 hours on camera, 40, 50 hours sorting, shipping, messaging people back. Like, weeks like that, you're working 100 hours a week. And there's other weeks you work 30 hours.
Is Bowman the biggest? I don't know if this is fair, but is that the biggest sell? What would be the biggest seller of any product? What would be the highest seller? Or it just hard to compare?
It is. It's hard to compare because we don't do a lot of football and basketball. For baseball, though, in general, Bowman draft every year is pretty much as safe as it gets.
Do you see box price? Baseball is more reasonable than some of the football and basketball product, but do you see product prices, boxes, hobby boxes? They've gone down a little in the past years. Do you see them continuing to go down? They're at breaker prices, in my opinion, which bothers me as a collector. But no, I could tell in your face, they're probably not going down.
I'd be shocked. I would. Like even this year, we have a very subpar rookie class in 2025. Pricing's the same as it was last year. So it's tough to see it going down.
All right, this is something you have way more I don't have information on this. I want you to kind of explain what allocation is and how it works today, and then maybe how it's worked in the past or how it's changed. And I don't even know how much you have more information on it than I do. I don't know if you know it all, but you definitely know more than me.
Yeah, I mean, back in the day, you bought from distributors who bought direct from Topps, from Panini, whatever. Now, by and large, like you still get Panini product from distributors, but Topps does their own distribution. So if you want product direct as a hobby shop or as a breaker, you have to get into one of their programs so they can directly sell you Topps products.
And so I guess that would be either a local card shop or established breakers would get dibs.
Yep.
And is more of that product going to breakers, local card shops, certain breakers? Is it hard for you to get product? Easy for you to get product?
So I think Ruben said in one of his clips a few months ago, 40% to breakers, 40% to shops, 20% to like retailers, Walmarts and those type of GameStop, whatever. I think that's probably still the mix. I mean, we still get product. We're also not a huge name. Like we're probably monthly, like a top 20 to 25 seller on Fanatics Live. We're not a monster, 20 breakers. There's 2 of us, and we each have an assistant that helps us pack and sort and ship and all that. We get enough for what we do. There's other guys who get probably 10x the allocation we get, and other guys who have none.
Who are the 2 or 3 biggest breakers?
I mean, I would think this is just me off the top of my. I mean, like Blez is huge.
I gotta be honest, my nipples look really bad on camera.
Leighton is massive. Backyard Breaks is although I don't know if Backyard Breaks top stuff is as big as it used to be because they do mostly repacks now.
That's not even fair, honestly.
That's not even fair. We should keep it.
But still big breakers. But Leighton, Blez, Filth Bomb has like 10 channels all the time over on Fanatics Live. Real Breaks is a massive brand. Like there's a lot of big breakers still.
Okay, I made a video today and it's doing rather well, and it's on Arena Club and slab packs. And you just mentioned mystery packs. So go ahead. Are you selling mystery packs? What's your take on mystery packs? Are they
Not for me.
Not for
They do well. I mean, they're making money doing it. It's not my thing. Yeah, I'm just not a fan.
me neither. Do you want to go in any more hard why you're not a fan or why you don't participate in?
I mean, just in general, I think most repackers just mark stuff way up. So, I just don't see the value in it for the customer. We do our own repack occasionally, but we comp things correctly. We buy at 80%, we sell it at 100%. So if you hit a $150 card, it's worth $150. A lot of what I think is wrong though is people inflate values. So like, oh, there's $10,000 worth of cards in this case of repack. Well, it's like, no, that Ohtani card's worth $200, not $350, just because you yelled about it. And then people just really make a big deal about like, oh, look at this hit, unbelievable. It's like, I just paid $400 for the team. The card's worth $200, and you knew that because you made the product. So what's unbelievable about that? I don't.
Selling.
I also know though, I am in the minority here, and I know that because of the amount of people who make unbelievable money with repacks.
No, I know, but my take on mystery, I mean, I was younger and trying to get in, selling cards. It's like, I feel it's a good way to get rid of stuff that doesn't move. Like you can fill that stuff with stuff that's not in demand, slabs or cards you're having a hard time getting rid of, and you can just put it in there, and that's
sure.
Arena. Have you checked out anything about Arena Club?
I've seen them, yeah. I've spoken with Brian over the time. Brian Lee, the owner over there.
All right.
I talked with him years ago. Yeah, I mean, again, well intentioned, but I just don't think there's a ton of value in any of those things. And I'm awesome. It's like, it's great that the couple guys hit unbelievable chasers, but by and large, I think you're just playing a lottery ticket and you're going to lose.
Amen.
Yeah. But again, I also, though, I'm in the minority. Look at the huge breakers who sell majority of their product are repacks, and their audience eats it up.
Well, I think because they sell. I mean, they sell, but
yeah, it's crazy.
They sell to is the card hobby always just going to pick up green? I would assume the people buying these mystery stuff are like fresh or new. You wouldn't be buying mystery packs. I'm not buying mystery packs.
They can't be though. There's not that many new people. Like, dude, if you go on Whatnot, go on Fanatics Live, look at the amount of repacks filling every night. And I'm talking for tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars combined. There's no way that's just new guys. Guys just love it. I don't get it though. But oh well, not for me.
I think it's a modern day racket.
I'm gonna share this with you first, but it'll probably go on that video. Like, card prices have decreased while inflation, everything else is more expensive. So single prices are pretty reasonable at the moment, and everything else is more expensive. So it's actually we're getting a second deal on top of like not correcting for inflation. Because I don't know, I feel like singles are at a good price right now. What do you think about singles right now?
Agreed. Yeah, I've been back buying like big. Another big PC thing for me is like 3 or more autographs, Hall of Fame autographs on the same card. So like I just picked up a Peyton, Eli, and Breeze auto. Any sport though, as long as there's 3 of them, I just think it's a cool. And yeah, a lot of that stuff to me is stuff 2 years ago. It was 80% more expensive. And it was like, do I want to spend it now? It's like, I look at a lot of that, like those kind of reasons. Even Brady, I mean, Tom Brady's the greatest football player of all time. His singles are way down from the peak. So I look at now like, hey, if I'm going to hold a card forever anyways, might as well buy it low right now. I think it's a pretty safe time to buy stuff like that.
Why do you think, my take is a lot of these flippers or people moved to Pokemon or got out of sports cards. Why do you think single prices have maybe come down so much the past few years?
I think it's a big part of it. There's a ton in the flipping community that have gone to Pokemon. The Pokemon market is insane. Absolutely wild. I was at a show Saturday. I just talked about this on the pod. 125, 150 tables. And it's been a show for 15 years. Well-established sports card show. There were maybe 20 sports card tables. All Pokemon. And every Pokemon table was busy. Wax, singles, trading, playing like games and crap with it. I don't understand it, but dude, it's unbelievably busy.
That's the same. We had a card show here. It's the second time this card show ran. The first time it was refreshing because it was like 80% sports. Well, it's all Pokemon now. And then this last time, yeah, it's like 60% Pokemon already. It didn't last. Anything else you want to plug, get off your chest, say?
No, I'm curious. So I have a couple. You said question-wise for you. Here was my only question I had was, in terms of content, what do you want to see more of, and what do you see too much of that you wish would go away on the content side of things?
Oh, bro, thank you for asking. So I had called out.
You're critical about stuff. I like this.
There is one that annoys me. There's a year ago I mentioned like the showing your slabs, that you're revealing your slabs. We see way less of that now. Like your orders that you sent in. Thank God. The other one I can't stand because I just can't relate to it is like, oh, I spent $50,000 in the card show. Like, oh my God, I don't care. I don't care what you bought that's for so expensive, and I can't relate. And I'm not like, I just can't relate. It's not my world. I'm never going to buy those cards. Those aren't cards I'm interested in. It feels like you're selling something. And so
I'm just showing off.
Yes, I do appreciate the question because that is one I just cannot. I'm annoyed with. I spent $100,000 at a card show. You know, it's frustrating. Any content you oversee at the moment, that's the one I'm ready to wait to die. But
I agree. I hate that stuff. I also think it's all fake. Like because I've actually seen some of those deals happen, and then like 2 minutes later they shake hands, and they just take their stuff back.
Bro, it's for the camera. It's literally yeah.
I also just think a lot of these guys who make content aren't in the real, like aren't really in the card world. They don't really just go to shows and nerd out on cards. They don't really open stuff for themselves. Yeah, I think it's a lot of just showing and making money from paid sponsorships and garbage. 100%.
No, I think we've only talked a couple times, but I think that you genuinely love cards, bro, and I appreciate it. And I genuinely love cards, and that's you are right. It's also been like super sensationalized. I'm not going to name names, we all know, but like it's been very, very. And you're right. So some of these guys it's not even a real deal.
Nope.
It's reality TV.
I agree.
A lot of people think Will Greer's got a good chance of an NFL career.
Just inform me that you sold some of the business. So what exactly does that mean? You said you kept the podcast.
Yeah, so we haven't really announced it yet. So we me and a couple other guys have a company that runs the Collecting on SI website. So kind of in conjunction with sport. It's not Sports Illustrated, but it's the Collecting on SI site. So they're doing a bunch of written content over there, and we want to kind of build it into a media thing. And so we just decided, hey, let's move forward with the SEN socials. So me and Jesse still own the pod and do that whole thing and the breaking. But when it comes to like the Instagram, the YouTube, TikTok, all the other socials, those are now owned by a different company. And they're just, the goal there is just to make it a media company.
Are they representing like sports card nonsense?
Yeah, like so all the handles are the same. So all sports cards nonsense still. And me and Jesse still have access, and Jesse's still an owner. But the goal now is like, hey, the pod is off and running and doing its thing. But we have this big Facebook group. We have all these big handles. It's like, let's start doing shows, like live shows, get other shows over, start hiring content creators. So for the last it's like the last month or so, we've been planning stuff out. We just did our second live show on YouTube yesterday. So we're going to do that weekly. And that's the goal, man. Just try to be like the barstool of the sports card world.
The last thing I got was kind of like you're adding people to you'll have different personalities and things like this on the brand.
Yeah, so different people doing live shows or just, and even just record just live, different people doing YouTube shows that we'll post on the Sports Cards and Nonsense YouTube, and then we'll cut those up and distribute those on our TikTok. We'll do the clips on our stories, share it on TikTok. We really want to try to make this a sports card media brand.
All right, well, dude, it was good seeing you. Let's try to do this again sooner. Yeah, maybe next month or something.
Whatever you want, absolutely.
Awesome, Gio. All right, man. Well, have a great day. Thank you for coming on.
Good deal, man. Appreciate the time.
All right.
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, a.k.a. Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cards. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.